This is the fictional Mindbender. The final season of Attack on Titan, yes, it's that ridiculous, turns its main protagonist in a short amount of time into a genocidal antagonist, Eren Yeager. The young boy who survived the Titan attack on his hometown of Shiganshina so long ago has come a long way from the emo ranting child who could transform into a Titan. By the start of the final series, it's revealed that despite seemingly coming to some sense of peace about himself at the end of the previous season and liberating his home island from the Titan threat, that he had in fact instead gone AWOL sometime during a mission in Marley. Now, ironically, his older half-brother and also Marleyan soldier turned traitor, Zeke Yeager, also has arrived to a similar conclusion of going AWOL. And so the brothers seem to concoct a plan together to end the threat of Marley and the Titans once and for all. Yet, it turns out that they have completely different ideas about how to go about that. Zeke decides that Eldians will always be seen as a threat, and should become extinct like the rest of the world wants them to be, because of the historical traumas inflicted by their ancestors. However, ironically again, he doesn't agree that it should come through violence, and that the Eldians of Paradis Island are innocent and should be allowed to live out their lives. His plan, therefore, involved using Eren's founding Titan and his own royal blood to awaken some of the massive wall Titans to force the world to respect Paradis' borders, and then use those powers to then sterilize all Eldians everywhere. With the monsters no longer able to reproduce, Zeke's plan would kill two birds with one stone, allowing the island inhabitants to live out their lives, while they also slowly died out, never knowing why they can no longer have children, and that the larger world would eventually breathe easier, knowing that the Eldian threat would eventually be gone forever. Yet, as we all know now, this couldn't be further from the truth regarding Eren's intentions. Eren concludes that the resolution to the world threat is that the world must die. With aid from some of his precognitive abilities as the Attack Titan, he puts several parts of his scheme into motion, with the sole purpose of protecting his friends and Paradis Island. That, one, Soria would become pregnant, and thereby excluding her from the military's plan to sacrifice her, which he vehemently opposed. 2, to eventually remove said command via coup d'etat to ensure that that side is covered. And 3, to then manipulate his own brother into revealing the source of all Titan powers, the original Ymir, so that Eren could then awaken all of the Wall Titans and literally stomp out humanity. To essentially fulfill his best friend Armin's words to him during the Trost campaign so many years ago, that to rise above monsters, we have to abandon our own humanity. No doubt, if Armin had been aware how his prophecy would go, he probably would have sacrificed himself instead. So this begs the question, whose plan was better? Well, let me get this out of the way first. Both plans suck, though I've seen many people call Eren a monster for committing genocide on, quote, innocent people. The alternative would have been the extermination of the Eldians on Paradis Island. Whether through war or sterilization, the Eldians were never going to know peace, while the outsiders saw them as ticking time bombs waiting to go off. Zeke was equally a monster as much as Eren was, just much more able to hide it, something that, thanks to Eren's kiss on Historia's hand, he was unable to do. Yes, Zeke's plan was far less bloodier than Eren's version, but bloody nonetheless. He killed a large number of scouts, very cruelly in some cases, in order to accomplish that plan. And, most importantly, involved surrendering to the world's desires to eliminate all Eldians. It didn't matter how nice or not the method was, the result was always going to be the same, the extinction of the Eldian race. And that is the crux of the argument and issue for Attack on Titan's final seasons. Zeke has surrendered to the world's desires, or at least compromised, whereas Eren did not. As I said in a previous video, the world of Attack on Titan does not allow for happy endings, just choosing which one you regret the least. And, as I'm sure we all know, many fans are somewhat split. For me personally, I'm more or less Team Yeager. Not because I want to see Genocide or anything like that, but because I have come to recognize the plot in which Isayama has set his world up in. But having said that, what do you guys think? Which plan do you think was better, Eren's or Zeke's? Do you have a third plan that might have worked that didn't involve any kind of extinction or violence at all? Let me know in the comments below, and this is Fictional Mindbender. You guys have a good day.